Hey everyone, and welcome to Charlize Ariel, my femme life. Today we're diving into the top 10 fears of crossdressers. It's not always easy walking in heels. Everyday fears whisper in the back of your mind. Being a crossdresser is about expressing your authentic self. Over the next 20 minutes, we'll unpack the top 10 fears crossdressers face. Knowledge is power, and understanding leads to acceptance. Stick around for this important conversation. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Now, let's get into it. First up, we're talking about a fear that haunts many crossdressers, the fear of discovery. Imagine living with this secret, this part of yourself that you feel you have to hide from the world. The fear of your family finding your things, your friends seeing you dress, the constant worry of being found out. It's exhausting, honey, and it's not just about being discovered, it's about the potential rejection that comes with it. The thought of your loved ones turning their backs on you, judging you for something that brings you joy. That's a heavy burden to carry. But here's the thing, you are not alone. There are countless others out there who understand what you're going through. And remember, your truth is powerful. Living authentically, even in the face of fear, is a revolutionary act. Now, I know what you're thinking. Charlize, this all sounds terrifying. How do we even begin to overcome this fear? Well, first of all, take a deep breath, honey. You're strong, you're resilient, and you're not alone in this journey. One of the most powerful antidotes to fear is connection. Finding your tribe, your chosen family, can make all the difference. Surround yourself with people who love and accept you for who you are. The LGBTQ+ community and our allies are here for you. We've been through it, we get it, and we're here to offer support. There are online groups, support organizations, and safe spaces where you can connect. Remember, coming out is a deeply personal journey. Take your time, trust your gut, and surround yourself with people who lift you up. You deserve to live a life free from fear and full of love, honey. Don't ever forget that. Let's talk about the fear of violence and harassment many crossdressers face. This isn't about being dramatic, it's about navigating a world that doesn't always accept those who defy gender norms. Imagine being subjected to stares, whispers, or slurs. Imagine the fear of being followed or harmed for expressing your gender identity. It's a reality for many, and it's not just physical violence. Verbal abuse, online harassment, and discrimination can be just as damaging. The constant fear of being mocked or humiliated can take a serious toll. But we refuse to be silenced. We will not let fear dictate our lives. We deserve dignity, respect, and safety. And we will continue to fight for a world where everyone can live without fear. Now, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Staying safe as a crossdresser often requires taking extra precautions. It means being aware of your surroundings, trusting your gut, and avoiding potentially dangerous situations. And that's not fair, but it's the reality we face. It's important to have a safety plan in place, whether it's sharing your location with a trusted friend, carrying a personal alarm, or knowing which self-defense techniques could help you in a pinch. Remember, your safety is paramount. But it's not just about individual responsibility. We need to look out for each other. If you see someone being harassed or discriminated against, speak up. Your voice, your allyship, can make a world of difference. And let's not forget the power of education. The more we talk about these issues, the more we challenge harmful stereotypes and misconceptions, the closer we get to creating a world where everyone feels safe and respected. Remember, knowledge is power, and together, we can create a more just and equitable world for all. Let's talk about the stigma surrounding mental health. It's dehumanizing and dangerous. This stigma makes it hard to seek help. We need to break down these harmful stereotypes. Crossdressing is not a mental illness, it's a form of gender expression. Let's create a world where everyone feels seen and celebrated. So how do we dismantle this harmful stigma? We start by educating ourselves and others, challenge outdated beliefs and misconceptions, speak up against hurtful comments, correct and educate them, support organizations fighting for mental health and LGBTQ+ rights, donate your time, money, or voice. Create a world where everyone feels safe and supported. You are not alone. There are resources available. Reach out to a trusted friend, family member, therapist, or support group. There are people who care about you. Asking for help is a sign of strength. You deserve a happy, healthy life. There's no shame in seeking support. Okay, let's get real about something. Legal discrimination. In 2024, a cross-dresser in the USA could still face discrimination in employment, housing, and public accommodations, despite some legal protections. That means you can be denied housing, fired from your job, or refuse service simply for being who you are. It's unjust, it's unfair, and it needs to change. Imagine living with the constant fear of being evicted from your home just because you're a cross-dresser, or being passed over for a promotion, not because of your qualifications, but because of how you choose to express yourself. This kind of discrimination can have devastating consequences, impacting everything from your livelihood to your mental and emotional well-being. We need laws that protect everyone, regardless of their gender identity or expression. We need to hold employers accountable for discriminatory practices and ensure that everyone has equal access to housing, healthcare, and education. This isn't about special treatment, it's about basic human rights. Thankfully, there are organizations out there fighting tirelessly to change these discriminatory laws and policies. The ACLU, Lambda Legal, and the Transgender Law Center are just a few examples of groups working to achieve legal equality for all LGBTQ+ people. Support their work, donate to their causes, and let your elected officials know that this is an issue you care about. But legal change doesn't happen overnight. It takes time, it takes effort, and it takes all of us working together to create a more just and equitable society. So speak out against discrimination whenever and wherever you see it. Challenge prejudice, educate others, and be an ally to those who are marginalized and oppressed. Remember, our liberation is bound together. When one of us is denied our rights, it diminishes the freedoms of all of us. So let's keep fighting for a world where everyone can live authentically and openly, without fear of discrimination or persecution. Because equality is not a privilege, it's a right, and we deserve nothing less. Let's talk about the fear of losing masculinity. Society often defines masculinity narrowly, making it feel threatening to step outside those norms. But masculinity isn't a monolith. It's about embracing the full spectrum of who you are. Expressing femininity doesn't make you less of a man. It takes courage to challenge societal norms and embrace your authentic self. Masculinity and femininity are not mutually exclusive. They exist within all of us, regardless of gender identity. So, to all my brothers out there struggling with this fear, I want to tell you it's okay to embrace your femininity. It doesn't diminish your masculinity, it enhances it. It makes you more whole, more complete, more authentically you. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. It's time to redefine masculinity on our own terms. Let's create a world where men feel free to express their emotions, to be vulnerable, to embrace their creativity, and to explore the full spectrum of their gender identity without fear of judgment or shame. Because true masculinity isn't about suppressing your emotions, it's about owning them. It's about being comfortable in your own skin, regardless of what society tells you is manly. So, let's celebrate the men who are brave enough to challenge the status quo, who are paving the way for a more inclusive and accepting world. Because true strength comes from embracing your authentic self in all your beautiful complexity. Honey, let's talk about physical safety. For many in the trans community, stepping outside can feel like walking a tightrope. The threat of violence is a daily reality. Will someone yell slurs? Will they intimidate us? Will we be followed or worse? These are lived experiences for many. This fear can be paralyzing. It can keep us confined to our homes. It can limit our lives. And that is simply unacceptable. We deserve to feel safe. We deserve to live without constant dread. We deserve to be seen, respected, and safe. Awareness is key. Talk to your friends, family, and neighbors. Educate yourselves about the dangers faced by trans women, especially trans women of color. Demand better laws and protections. Support each other. Check in on your trans friends. Safety is a right, not a privilege. Let's fight for a day when every trans woman can walk free from fear and full of pride. Let's talk about the credit card bill in the purse. Being our authentic selves can be expensive. The cost of clothing, shoes, makeup, hair, it adds up. And that's not even factoring in hormones or surgery. For many trans women, the financial burden can feel insurmountable. We're often paid less and face job discrimination. This can create a cycle where we choose between necessities and authenticity. Imagine choosing between rent and a dress that makes you feel like yourself, or delaying medical care because you can't afford both it and hormones. It's a heartbreaking reality for many, but it doesn't have to be this way. We need to challenge the systems creating these disparities. We need to fight for equal pay, job security, and affordable resources. Now, I know times can be tough, but honey, you are not alone. There are organizations and resources out there dedicated to supporting trans individuals facing financial hardship. Don't be afraid to reach out and ask for help. Look for local LGBTQ+ centers, trans-specific organizations, and even online communities. These groups often offer financial assistance programs, job training, and other resources that can help ease the burden. Also, remember the power of community. Connect with other trans women, share resources, and support each other. Sometimes, just knowing you're not alone in this struggle can make all the difference. And never underestimate the power of thrifting, honey. You can find amazing pieces that make you feel fabulous without breaking the bank. Remember, true style comes from within, and no amount of money can buy that. Aging is a beautiful and natural process, but let's be real. It can be particularly challenging for trans women. We live in a society obsessed with youth, and that obsession often intersects with transphobia in ways that are both insidious and harmful. Think about it, we're constantly bombarded with messages that tell women they need to look a certain way, act a certain way, and even age a certain way to be considered attractive or valuable. And for trans women, these pressures can feel even more intense. We're often held to an impossible standard, expected to embody a youthful femininity that denies our lived experiences and our authentic selves. And as we age, we may face increased scrutiny, discrimination, and even violence simply for not conforming to these narrow and often unrealistic expectations. This double standard of time can be incredibly damaging. It can lead to feelings of shame, self-doubt, and even self-hatred. It can make us feel invisible, forgotten, and unworthy of love and respect. And that, my darlings, is simply unacceptable. But listen to me, aging is not a failure, it's a privilege. It's a testament to our strength, our resilience, and our ability to overcome adversity. And as trans women, we have every right to embrace our evolving beauty, our wisdom, and our power. We need to challenge the notion that aging diminishes our worth or our beauty. We need to celebrate the lines on our faces, the stories they tell, and the experiences they represent. We need to redefine what it means to be a woman, a trans woman, an aging woman on our own terms. And most importantly, we need to support each other. Let's create spaces where trans women of all ages feel seen, heard, and celebrated. Let's lift each other up, share our stories, and remind each other that we are not alone in this journey. Remember, honey, you are beautiful, you are powerful, and you are worthy no matter your age. So own it, Embrace it and live your truth with pride. Honey, we've all been there, right? That feeling deep down, that nagging voice that questions who we are. For our sisters and brothers in the cross-dressing community, this struggle for self-acceptance can be especially real. It's about looking in the mirror and loving every bit of yourself, even the parts that society tells you to hide. Imagine the weight of societal norms, the pressure to fit into a box that doesn't resonate with your soul. It's a journey, and sometimes it can feel like you're navigating a maze blindfolded. But let me tell you, self-acceptance is a battle worth fighting. It's about embracing your truth, your authentic self, in a world that often tries to dim your light. And trust me, your light, my love, is meant to shine bright. It's about recognizing that your identity is yours to define, not society's. So, to all my cross-dressing family out there, know that you are valid, you are worthy, and you are deserving of love and acceptance, especially from yourself. Internalized stigma, oh honey, that's a tough one. It's like carrying the weight of the world's judgment on your shoulders. It can make you question your worth, your sanity, even your right to exist. It's those insidious thoughts that whisper, you're not normal, or you're not good enough. But let me tell you something, those thoughts, they're lies, honey, plain and simple. Don't let them take root in your beautiful mind. Overcoming internalized stigma is a process, a journey of self-discovery and self-love. It's about challenging those negative thoughts and replacing them with affirmations of truth and beauty. Remember, you are not alone in this journey. Surround yourself with love, with chosen family who sees you, hears you, and embraces you for the amazing person you are. You deserve nothing less. Now, let's get real for a minute. We all grapple with existential questions, right? The big ones, like death, the meaning of life, our place in this grand universe. These are universal fears, but for many cross-dressers, these fears can feel amplified, more immediate. Imagine facing a world that often misunderstands and misrepresents you. It's easy to feel like you're living on the margins, like your existence is constantly being questioned. This can make thoughts about death and the afterlife particularly daunting. But here's the thing, my loves, death, like life, comes for us all. It's a part of the human experience. And while we can't control when our time comes, we can control how we live our lives right now, in this moment. Embrace your truth, live authentically, and make your mark on the world. Let your life be a testament to the power of individuality and the beauty of self-expression. So how do we find meaning in a world that can often feel meaningless? How do we carve out our own space, define our own purpose, when society tells us who we should be and how we should live? For many in the cross-dressing community, finding meaning and purpose is an act of defiance, a way of reclaiming their power and celebrating their unique journey. It's about refusing to be defined by narrow definitions of gender and identity. It's about finding joy in self-expression, in embracing their true selves and living a life that feels authentic and fulfilling. It's about building community, connecting with others who understand their experiences, and fighting for a world where everyone can live freely and openly. Remember, your existence is a testament to the diversity and resilience of the human spirit. Your life has meaning, your story has value, and your voice deserves to be heard. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Okay, my loves, we've covered a lot of ground today, haven't we? From the fear of discovery to the challenges of self-acceptance, we've explored some of the very real fears that many cross-dressers face on a daily basis. But let's not end on a somber note. Remember, knowledge is power. By understanding these fears, by talking about them openly and honestly, we can start to break down the stigma and discrimination that fuel them. So if you're watching this and you're struggling, please know that you are not alone. Reach out, connect with others, Find your tribe. And to those who are not part of the cross-dressing community, I urge you to listen, to learn, and to be an ally. Remember, love is always the answer. Love for yourself, love for others, and love for the beautiful diversity of human expression. Stay strong, stay true to yourselves, and keep shining your light. Please like, comment, and subscribe to our channel for more content.